Ladies and gentlemen, the Walther Q4 steel frame. Let's talk about it from head to toe, what I like about it, how I use it, and what I don't like about it. Let's roll that intro.
We're killing the other intros. There's room for you to learn and to grow. Step up your info. Yeah. Put up a pistol. It's Black Arms 223. This is the intro.
If you are finished on the...
I greatly appreciate you guys liking and subscribing to the channel. We're definitely going to dive into the Walther Q4 steel frame, but I want to shout out some of the guys that I work with constantly with some of my firearms, some of my ammo. Pretty much everything I kind of do runs through these guys. So honestly, shout out Great Man Solution. He makes all of my holsters for my firearms. I carry a lot of heavy firearms, and his holsters never disappoint. They always withstand the weight, and they're customizable. This one has my logo on it. Here, this one also has red and black topo. You cannot go wrong. Another sponsor here of the channel, man, is the Gun Cash Official. They shout out to the ammo that you're going to see throughout this video being shot. They always support me. Please support them by shopping with them and enjoy their discounts. Other than that, alright, so the Walther Q4 steel frame, or my version of the Walther Q4 steel frame, I will definitely give you some insight what I did to mine versus what the standard comes with. But for YouTube purposes, let's make sure the firearm is clear. Empty magazine, slide lock back, nothing in there, look through, perfect. So, from head to toe, let's kind of go over it. I'll give you side by side of the firearm. Basically, I don't have a regular one, but I'll kind of give you the insight of what I know or some of the details I'll put to the side. You know how we do this. So, my Walther Q4 steel frame, what I did to it out of the gate, as you guys can tell, I went ahead and got some lock grips because, yes, it does come with good grips on the firearm, but they're kind of a plastic, and they don't necessarily, once they get wet, hands get slippery, those grips don't tend to withstand constant fire. It can kind of get a little bit loose. But I got some solid G10 grips from Lock Grip. Nice blow-tray grip. Palm swell nice and chunky in the hand. And do not move when firing, as you guys can tell throughout these videos. Below that, I went ahead and did the Taylor Freelance brass base pads. But these are for my everyday carry concept. I kind of use this gun. It's kind of versatile for me. So I use this one for everyday carry. But I also use this one for competition shooting as well. USB carry optics. Add the 21 round mag to it. Looks amazing either way you want to do it. Moving over to the trigger for this one. The standard trigger that comes with the Walther, because you guys know Walther makes amazing triggers no matter which firearm they put it in. It's more of a curved look to it as well, but then again, it has about a 4.5 or 5 pound trigger pull. And like I said again, I like that size. You can't really tell the weight, basically how they build it. But I didn't like how much that trigger traveled to get to that wall. With this one, which I went ahead and put the Overwatch Precision trigger into this Walther Q4 steel frame. And what that does, that kind of brings that down. Like the wall is pretty much short. This is the take up. That's it, right? Break, the crazy reset, it's like 1/10. But the trigger pull for the Overwatch kind of goes from 5 pounds to standard Walther down to 3.8. Or if you want to kind of be more careful with it, or if you're not comfortable going down to that 3.8 trigger pull weight, they actually send you 2 springs. One's a 3.8 and then one's a 4.5. So it's kind of up to you on what weight you want to use. I'm comfortable with the 3.8. I shoot a lot with the 3.8. Like I said, again, this is my EDC and it also my competition gun. So I'm putting constant rounds through it. And I'm just getting comfortable with it constantly. This is a 4-inch barrel, but you guys, honestly, people are like, you're shooting this size gun or this compact gun for competition. But honestly, when you put it side by side, let's just say with a CZ SP01, frame-wise or slide-wise, they are pretty much the same length. It's just the way it is set up. Like the Walther sits further back in your hand, right? Yes, it is a high borax firearm, but it sits further back in your hand, so all of that is kind of centered above your hand. So everything feels good and comfortable when shooting this firearm. I did, honestly, guys, this is kind of rare. I want you guys, if you do decide to get this one, definitely look into the ZR Tactical brass guide rod, right? With the 15-pound spring, because we all know most Walther or most German guns are oversprung, because I think this one came with like an 18, something like the 18.5-pound enclosed spring, super oversprung. The 15-pound spring with the brass guide rod is bananas. This gun shoots so flat. Shot exactly where you want it, and it goes back to where you want it instantly. I am currently running the Swamp Fox Justice on this one as well. I plan on switching into the bigger one that they just came out with, here, Swamp Fox Justice 2. I think it's a 30mm, but stay tuned for that. You guys will see that as well. I know you're like, why are we talking about the Walther Q4 steel frame when they just dropped the Walther PDP Match steel frame? Well, it's not too many other steel frames out yet, so why not talk about the one I constantly shoot? If I get a chance to get my hands on one, I will. All right, so down to the meat and potatoes. We're talking about pros, we're talking about cons, right? So, right out the gate, we'll start with the pros, right? The Walther Q4 steel frame comes out the gate by itself. Nothing extra, nothing added, nothing needed at 40 ounces, right? That's without magazine, empty. This alone, this part right here alone, is 40 ounces. So what that does, since it is a steel frame, it makes this gun sit flat. It's going to return back to the same spot, make it easy to shoot because a lot of the recoil is kind of mitigated out of the gate, so you're not even dealing with it. And it's just a short cycle, boom, boom. It's there every single time you put the dot on it. That part of the gun is amazing. Again, 4-inch gun, 5-inch is kind of off balance for the Q series. The 4-inch kind of puts the weight directly across the center line of this firearm, so it makes it feel amazing every time you shoot it, as if you're controlling everything by yourself. Some of the cons that I don't like about the firearm, which is, again, it's hard to kind of nitpick with this gun, is not much you really need to do because everything comes out great. Trigger, ergonomics of the firearm is amazing. What kind of throws me off when it comes to the ergonomics is the grip. It's extremely short. See, I have kind of meaty hands, full-size hands, so when I have to do reloads, I actually have to break my grip to reload the magazine. But it's something you get used to, basically, with this firearm, because you know what you're expecting to get. They did correct that with the new still PDP version. They did get out a full-size frame, which is amazing. I'm looking forward to trying it out. Other than that, that's pretty much all of the cons on this firearm you can think of. It's not much more besides maybe add a little more style to the slide. Could have did something like some little serrations, some deeper serrations, or maybe some slide cuts like they did on the Q5 version of this. Would have had some great pizzazz to this firearm overall, aesthetic. But back to the pros, man. Ergonomically, amazing. You put the gun in your hand every single time. It sits low. It feels good, like it's a natural gun to shoot. It doesn't come with actual optic plates, so you got to reach out to them. They'll send you one, no problem. This is actually from CNH Precision because I wanted to get the back of irons on this one as well, so you can get that from there. This gun has a lot of aftermarket parts you can probably pick up and find out. It's everywhere. Everybody makes parts for this, from lock grips to ZR Tactical, Floyd's custom shops. A lot of their stuff fits the same firearm. Like, this is the magazine for the PDP. That part I love, that it's very interchangeable between other models like the PDP Compact and the PPQ. Different, all of them share the same magazine. So I have like a ton of those magazines. I also have a PDP Compact as well. But that is the Walther Q4 steel frame, man. If you have any additional questions, like I said, always hit me up. Instagram, BlackArms223. I'll put the information down below. You cannot go wrong. I'm always open. You'll definitely see more day-to-day content from there with this firearm, with other firearms, anything I can get my hands on. But again, guys, Q4 steel frame. If you don't want to go ahead and get the new Walther PDP, this is actually probably going to drop in price with that one being out. So don't sleep. Get you one. I'm out.